the popular app used by 170 million Americans. Bloomberg Intelligence senior analyst Mandeep Singh joins us now. There was a perception that if TikTok were to be banned in the United States, that a lot of that activity would go to the other popular social networking sites like Meta, for example. But you're seeing that not necessarily the case, aren't you?
Yeah, you're right. I think the secret sauce remains the algorithm and the user and the followers that they have on TikTok, which is why the copycats that have emerged, the Red Note and the Lemonade apps, out of nowhere, they seem to be gaining a lot of users. In fact, people have started learning Mandarin through Duolingo because some of these apps have a lot of Chinese content. So clearly, the users who are on TikTok want their graph to be intact, and if any app offers an alternative, they're ready to use that app as opposed to a Reels or a Snapchat.
Yeah. I don't know, because I'm so far away from the demographic of a TikTok user.
I can tell you about it.
Isn't it ironic that the U.S. Congress bans TikTok for fear of Chinese spying, misinformation, malware, and then the TikTok users, this whole Gen Z group, just migrates from one Chinese social media network to another Chinese social media network, also owned by the parent of TikTok.
You could look at that situation and say, oh my gosh, is being Chinese owned the appeal? Because that's exactly what has happened. The memes have been amazing, Mandeep, just to put it simply there. But why isn't Reels having a heyday right now? Basically, if you go on Reels, you see content from TikTok that was posted 2 weeks ago. You think that that would be the natural opening for Reels to really take some market share.
I mean, think about, the origins of social media with the Facebook Blue app. People have their users, their family or friends. There is a graph associated with all these social media networks. It's the same with TikTok. There is a user graph of followers. People know what sort of people consume the content. And even though Reels is owned by Meta and, they have all the knowledge in terms of how social media works, they don't have that secret sauce that TikTok has, which is why TikTok is so resisting in terms of selling the U.S. asset. I mean, that's the secret sauce, and they don't want to give it away.
Is there really a possibility that Elon Musk could end up owning TikTok and combining it with X? Is there no antitrust concern there?
I mean, look, given the closeness of Musk to the incoming President Trump, clearly there is a case to be made. If he wants to expand his social media empire beyond X, then
also the closeness of Elon Musk to the Chinese Communist Party, right?
Yeah, I think they see him as somebody who could be a viable, purchaser of the app, but I still think they will resist, selling the app and trying to figure out a way for the app to work the way they, talked about Project Texas in terms of bringing all the data over and having it audited. So to me, those are the options that the Chinese government is focused on right now for ByteDance.
Really quickly here, do you remember Vine?
Yeah.
I remember Vine. I loved Vine.
You remember Vine? You must have been 5.
I remember Vine. I wasn't 5. I was in college.
But it didn't have 170 million users. Yeah. That was the difference. Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
It didn't make sense at the time, right?
Vine?
But also there was, I think, a 6-second limit. Was that right?
That's true.
So, and TikToks are far longer.
I watched
Reels.
about 3 hours worth of 6-second videos.
At this point yesterday, the ability of the Chinese social media apps to draw in e-commerce and payments is another big draw that the American giants just not have figured out as well.
Yeah, I think Will Shaker actually pointed out that there was a $28 billion economy built around it.
I bought my husband's Christmas present on TikTok Shop. It's actually a pretty seamless experience. Mandeep, we have to go. It's great to see you. That is Mandeep Singh of Bloomberg Intelligence.